Welcome back, Truth Seeker. September 29th, 2018. Today in the headlines, another accuser of Brett Kavanaugh, this woman also from Yale. Again, it's another example of news by the numbers. The woman's name is reportedly Liz Swisher, and when you know the code of Gematria, you can see right through this propaganda. Notice her name sums to 148 and 58 like fraternal. Also 58 and 59 like Freemasonry. And it is Freemasonry that controls Washington, D.C., as well as the media. The headquarters for Freemasonry in Washington, D.C., the city named after George Washington, the Scottish Rite Freemason. This code of letters and numbers is Masonic. It's based in Kabbalah, which Freemasonry is based in. Further, notice the name Liz, 47 and 20, just like the word judge. These 16 and 43 also stand out because Yale, where she supposedly went to school, Gematria of 16 and 43. Don't forget Kavanaugh's born on the 43rd day of the year. Don't forget the name Ford, as in Christine Blasey Ford, sums to 43. She spoke out against Kavanaugh. Her name came out publicly September 16th, 18, a date with 43 numerology, 9 plus 16 plus 18. Kavanaugh served George W. Bush, the 43rd president, who also went to Yale Skull and Bones, the Masonic order like his father. So Liz Swisher, a lot coded into the name. In the same cipher that Swisher sums to 88, the word judge also sums to 88. Judge and gavel, a perfect overlap in all four base ciphers. Her name, contrived numbers by the same code that this entire Kavanaugh process has been constructed around, from the date of the nomination up to the latest accusation. Again, when you learn this code of letters and numbers, you see just how redundant the encoding of media propaganda is. Further, if you watched the Kavanaugh testimony on the Jesuit order's birthday, September 27th, again, Kavanaugh went to the Jesuit prep school. He is a Jesuit. He's Catholic. Reminds that Trump went to the Jesuit University Fordham. Think about how that school starts with Ford, like how the first accuser, Christine Blasey Ford. If you missed my work on that announcement, September 16th, 18, I'd go back and watch that video. I showed how her accusation, it coming out that date, was a tribute to the President Gerald Ford, who replaced Richard Nixon. If you watch the video, it's undeniable. But anyway, if you watched Kavanaugh's testimony this Thursday on the Jesuit order's birthday, he had an awful lot to say about beer, and so much that it was obviously ridiculous. No person in their right mind who's trying to become a Supreme Court justice would talk about their love affair with beer as Kavanaugh did. You have to understand, these people are puppets on strings. They're going through the motions. They're given things that they're supposed to talk about. You know? Kavanaugh said, I like beer. I love beer. I've always drank a lot of beer. I still drink a lot of beer. My favorite remark was, I've never passed out from drinking beer, but I have fallen asleep a few times. Anyway, look at beer in Jesuit in the four base ciphers in light of him giving this testimony where he talked an awful lot about beer on the Jesuit order's birthday. Beer in Jesuit, perfect overlap in two of the four base ciphers. And in a third cipher, beer 24, Jesuit 42, numbers that are reflections of each other. I'm sure there's a compilation video out there of all of Kavanaugh's remarks about beer. It's probably funny. Maybe search for that. If it hasn't been done, maybe I'll go back and put together the entire testimony and take out all the beer cuts. There were a lot. And just in case you're new here, just understand everything that comes out of our media, especially pertaining to the federal government, is news by the numbers. Think about the Robert Mueller investigation. Robert Mueller 187, investigation 187, Washington, D.C. 187. The investigations about Trump. The Trump GOP convention began July 18th, 18/7, a span of 187 days from Inauguration Day. not accidentally. They compare Trump to Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon equals 187. Richard Nixon resigned. Another president that didn't finish his term was John F. Kennedy, JFK. And JFK was killed in the 187th year of the nation's existence. JFK assassination even sums to 187. And of course, he was killed in the middle of Dealey Plaza, named after a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason. Don't forget, ancient accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry equals 187. That's what's etched on the Masonic headquarters in Washington, D.C. George Washington also sums to 187. But here's the latest news by the numbers. You learn this code, you can do the same thing I do every day. See through the propaganda in moments. If you are new here, I have a book on this subject, Letters and Numbers, 773 pages, $5. Teach you everything you ever need to know. Please take a moment, read the reviews, see what other people are saying. If you speak English, you deserve to know this knowledge. It's useful every single day. Until next time, Truth Seeker.